Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Miss. Right now we are in the interview with the expert we have chosen for our community project, and we are with the Miss Ombudsperson, Miss Cynthia Brenes. She's an expert, and she will just guide us about some questions we have. First, thank you, Miss, for your disposition, and thank you for accept us. And first, we'll start.
No, it's a
What does
pleasure
that?
for me to speak to you for this team.
Yeah, it is. Our community project is about the great use of social media,
Okay.
with a focus on the kids, like 10 to 20 years old, right? So we want to promote the great use of social media.
Okay.
So first, what does social media really mean to you nowadays, Miss?
For me, social media it's a group or it's a collective of online communications.
Okay.
A lot of type of communications online that the people use in this moment to share some kind of interaction and to share context, to share photos, to share a lot of things that make help you in your personal life or even in your work life.
Okay.
And considering about the kids and the exposition of the children to the social media, images, pictures, and a lot of database that maybe some datas are not so are not adequate for the
Very,
child.
very good to see.
Yeah. In your opinion, what alternatives do we have to the children for avoiding this social media problem or being exposed to insecurity in the internet?
Okay, this is a very important topic for me because I am a mom. My kid have 11 years old, and in this moment he want to look all the things that it's like social media, Facebook, Twitter, another kind of types of this kind of communication. But it's a worry for me to have I don't know how to say, but that is a good or a safe environment for this topic. No?
Okay.
First of all, I think that you have to make clear that the adult have to take responsibility. The kid is no responsibility because he don't have conscience about what is doing, and for example, who you meet in there, what kind of interaction do you have with that kind of person. I don't know. It's a lot of things that you can or could find in this kind of communications. No. First of all, the parents have to talk with the children, have the password. You never let the kid have her own password. In my case, I know the password of my kid. And I told him, if you have this social media, I can look in any time, anywhere, any moment, and I don't have to tell you that. He knows that. No. First of all. Second, you have to supervise all the time. It's not that my privacy and you don't have to look. No, you have to supervise. Not because you don't trust him. You don't even know what happened there. So you have to supervise. And install special programs to avoid some kind of pages, for example, adult content. The last date, my son put some word on the Google, and my God, when I saw there appear a lot of photos, that my God, no, it was shocking for me. So you have to supervise all the time. And if you don't know about that topic, maybe ask for help for someone that is expert for some kind of programs to avoid that kind of content.
And talking about this, what happens when someone is addict to use social media? The consequences of social media addiction, and how do they affect the future generation?
Okay. First of all, if you talk about addiction, you are talking about some kind of problem, a specific problem. You could have an addiction to alcohol, to drugs, to some kind of company, to social media addiction. talk to you about some problem that is a lot of some kind of thing, too much, some kind of thing. And in this case, if you're addicted to social media, I think that the most important problem that you could have is that you could lose social skills, because people pass a lot of time with himself alone in his own room, for example. The group of friends pass to have friends in interaction in the reality to friends online. You don't even know him. I don't know. I saw, for example, people that have a 350 friends or 1,000 friends. I don't know how many friends that could you have in that kind of media, but it's something that appear like that, but it doesn't really. It's not true. So it's very. I don't know. It's a kind of problem that you think that this kind of interaction could como estar en lugar de the reality interaction, your reality friends. Even in the reality, this kind of friends don't have the support that you need, for example, or in specific situations, you don't come with them.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's one of another kind. For example, you could have sleep problems because your time in front of the computer take a lot of time of your life. For example, I know a person that don't even eat. I forgot to make my dinner. Forgot. You don't have hungry or what happened to you? But this kind of addiction could have that kind of problems.
Yes, but I've heard you very carefully, Miss. You talked about some kind of problems we have with social media. But one thing is that it already exists, right? So we cannot eradicate that. It still exists, and we should choose even to make a great use or a bad use. There are many
Yes.
people that are making bad use of social media, and so does people who are making very good use. So
Yes.
for you, how can we just promote to those kids to make great use of social media?
A good use of that.
Mhm.
Maybe, well, first you have to talk about with the people about the social media, and maybe warning about the things that they do in that kind of media. For example, all the things that you pull up in the, I don't know, the cloud, the Facebook, everything,
Yes.
you don't know to what transcendence. I don't know how to say in English.
Transcendence.
Transcendence. Yes.
Transcendence, that have the thing that you put on there. For example, I have a lot of cases with a girls that maybe she shared a photo with his boyfriend, and even 3 months later, the photo, all the people see the photo, for
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
and it have another consequences. So you have to make conscious of that. On the things that you put on there, you don't know what's going on with that. So, first. Second, you have to take some kind of, I know that is difficult to say, but maturity behavior about what you comment on that, what type of things you put on there. And for example, for young people like you that could be a professional soon, for example, to have some kind of profile, professional profile and personal profile is different. And even I know that many companies in this moment, for example, one of the things that they do to contract some people is to see the social media. For example, I want to see the what you put on your Facebook, what kind of context, because these kind of things that you put on there reflect your values, reflect your behavior, reflect what kind of people do you are. So it's very important to think about what kind of things you put on there.
Okay, so I don't know if someone has some last thing to say. So thank you, Miss, for the interview. Thank you for your time. So it was a very good pleasure. We learned a lot. So we will use all of those informations to help the children with their social media problems. So thank you, Miss. and
Okay,
thank
you're
you,
welcome.
everyone.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Bueno.